Oh, yeah. What's going on, guys? Hey, how are ya? I tell you, it is great to be back. Oh, man. The FilterTime eSpark Xfinity Series hydrated by the one and only BeWater Becker's 50. Thank you very much for that sub. I love you, baby. But, guys, yeah, we are back. eSpark switching over from console over to iRacing. A full roster. As you can see, the scoring pylon on the left-hand side is full of at least 33 names so far. And, man, I don't think everybody is here just yet. They're out there. They've been turning all kinds of laps for the last 40 minutes or so. And only the top 43 on time are going to go ahead and make the field. You know, every now and then I'll watch the one and only Vroom Vroom Vroman on Twitch, HD Motorsports, Nick Vroman, however you want to call him, and he's got that heart monitor on, and he's running, you know, the ovals, and every now and then, occasionally, a road course, and you see his heart rate go through the roof. If I was wearing one of those right now, holy cow, what a story it would tell. It is great to be back, ladies and gents. Man, I can't even tell you how great it is to be back. But we're gonna get in here. We're gonna turn some cameras, turn some laps. It's great to hear these engines roaring around the track. They've got, as you can see, about a minute and a half, a little over a minute and a half left here in practice before we set them free for qualifying. Try to find some great battles. We ran a couple of test streams over the last week. Big thank you to everybody that came out, hung out, chatted up, and kept me company for those. It's only gonna get better, I promise you. Alpha York saying the GOAT is back. Have some fun tonight, Pete. Great to see you back in action. Alpha, Man, good luck over in your race tonight, in your championship race. I know you and Brad Herman and Stan Carnathan and a few others are over there trying to get it done. I wish you all kinds of luck over there, brothers. But, man, oh man. Let's go ahead, talking about Nick Broman and the heart monitor that he wears. He's still on pit road. Looking forward to him coming out, seeing him in action. Jeff No, Stout Whiskey, as most of y'all know him by, and a few others. Jordan Bain, there's the GOAT sitting right there, and he put it back. He put it back in his pit stall, running his number 95 primetime colors. Good to see Broman out here on track. Like I said, Jeff No, he's here on track. There he is in his number 60, kind of burning him down a little early. Cody Giles, everybody knows him as Fluffy. Of course, Justin Mons, he's here. You got James Holzer, he's here in that 17 Raise Energy machine. There's so many great drivers out here. Samuel Morris, let's go ahead and switch on over to him. Maxwell Castro, and actually we're going to have to take a hold on that, because I believe qualifying is now underway. So let's get back to that. Yep, practice is over. As you see, the timer's down to 0. Broman on the top of the board with Holzer and Garrison. That was going to be your top 3. We're going to go ahead and try to follow the action all the way around as they take their time lapse. Looks like Zach Olson is going to be one of the first ones to come on out. So let's see if we can't go ahead and pick up on him and see where he is. There he is, Zach Onson, excuse me, not Olson. Just sitting at the end, I guess. Okay, so, all right, these are just the guys getting loaded up. And, yep, there is the 20. He's going to be one of the first to roll. I'm going to make sure that I am live here. Yep, I am, perfect. And everybody else starting to enter the track behind him. So we've got him. Let's see. Joey Stone, he's still sitting on pits. There's Tyler Dohar. Tyler Dohar is actually, he ran eSpark on the console side, and here he is now. He decided, you know what, we're going to go ahead and pick up an iRacing series sponsored by the same FilterTime, but added a little extra to it. Is going to be the FilterTime eSpark Xfinity series, hydrated by BeWater. So BeWater, or Green Concepts, is kind of helping out this league. But man, wait till you see what kicks off right around January the 3rd with what used to be the American Ethanol Series is now the BeWater B-Fast iRacing Series. And man, it's going to be a lot of fun. So here you see Tyler Dohar. He's in that 77 all the way up by the wall. That was just part of his warm-up lap. Here he is going to keep it high and wide, wound up all the way through, as close to the wall as possible. That way you're covering the most distance. You're getting as many RPM under that engine that you can, and really just cruising right along. And you'll know when he's on his time lap, because he'll go ahead and drop it down to he'll go ahead and drop it down to the bottom. In fact, let's go ahead and we are going to roll with him when he gets there. All right, so here he's going to go ahead and leave the wall and get on down to that bottom. There he goes, slight left, keeping it above that yellow line. If you touch the line, it actually slows you up. Then come on back off it a little bit, because you want a great arc going into all of the turns here. I think he either hit a little bit of a bump or had a little bit of a hiccup with the wheel. Came up off the bottom. That's going to cost him some time. And then again, let the car drift up halfway up the track, all the way down, keeping the wheels as straight as possible so you don't scrub off any speed in any way. White Walker is saying no sound yet. Let me see here. No sound from me, or no sound? All right, there we go. Now we got sound. Thank you very much, Swats. Definitely appreciate that. And yeah, that's going to be a lap around with the number 77. Let's go ahead and find somebody else that's in the middle of their qualifying lap. Here's the 95, and it kind of looks like Nick Vroman did the same thing. He came through 1 and 2. I'm gonna guess maybe there's a bump on the bottom there, but Nick Vroman, looks like he's going to. That might have been his cool down lap. He's gonna practice getting on the pit road all the way down to about 55 miles per hour, and then say that is it. Let's see, Randy Hinshaw. Let's take a look and find out where he's at. There's Randy. Nope, Randy's done. Let's just go through some random guys here. See who we can find. There's the 50 of John Honeycutt. Looks like he's still all the way up against the wall and getting that thing up to speed. Expert, good to see you, sir. Thanks for coming out, and I definitely do appreciate it. Swats, again, I definitely appreciate the help, letting me know that there was no sound. That is not a good thing. Went ahead and turned down the music. Keep my voice right about where it needs to be. Still looking at this number 50 fast forward for John Honeycutt. A little bit of blink down the backstretch, but as with Vroman and as with the 77 of Dohar, just keeping it right there in the middle. Something happened with the 50, not 100% sure. Looks like so far, and it looks like that is going to be it. And if what I'm seeing is correct, it looks like it's going to be Toll Owen, Joey Stone, Tyler Dohar, John Honeycutt, Maxwell Castro, Luke Nupp, Tom Flitcroft, or old Tom Flitty, as some of y'all may remember him, DJ Stagner, Sean Blanchard, Tom Sears, Joel Conley, Jeff No, Curtis Crutch, I'm going to guess is how you pronounce that, Nathan Nicholson, Jose Ruiz, Jacob Kerr, Jordan Martin, Stephen Harris, John Osborne, Kyle Arnold, Randy Hinshaw, Elliot Henderson, Nick Vroman, Jason Keffer, Hunter Brittle, Ed Ryan, Sam Morris, James Holzer, Derek Garrison, Cody Giles, Kyle Knapp, Matthew Heel, Jaden Gimbel, Brendan Book, Jordan Bain, Justin Mons, Jordan McGraw, Zach Onson, Rylan Pennell, and a partridge in a pear tree. Wow. that is a roster. That is one hell of a lineup. One hell of a lineup. All right, so let's kind of go on through here. And as you can see on the right-hand side, people are starting to load back in after qualifying. They got about 3 minutes yet, give or take. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to reintroduce this league one more time while I mix up a quick pouch of some old Raise Energy hydration packets, and I'll be right back. All right, so as you can see there, just about 2 minutes to go. Beautiful Daytona International Speedway, keeping with tradition, kicking the season off right where it belongs. It's gonna be a great time, held by all, hopefully. Let's go ahead and see if we can't find old Joey Stone. There he is in that number 6 advanced car. And many, many, many more people to go. As you see, looking down pit road from his nose. I I'm getting word from the tower that when they hit the track, everybody will go on green. So on green, once that green flag flies, everybody's free to go ahead and jump on that loud pedal and just let her rip. Bolts, what's up, man? How are you? Atlanta Racing, good to see you. Papa Bear, how are you, sir? Thank you, Atlanta, man. I definitely appreciate it. It's going to be a good time. Good 19 weeks here with eSpark, powered by BeWater. And then, of course, when we January 3rd rolls around, they're going to start off their 8-week abbreviated season. And man, you want to talk about a full stacked field going for a couple $1,000s, man. I'm looking forward to all of this. So the next, 4, 8, 12, 6, next 4, little over 4 months is going to be a lot of fun. Cole says, I'm rooting for the guy that doesn't get damage. Cole, I think with these guys got one fast repair, and more than likely, I'm sure at some point somebody is going to need it. 20 seconds left for these guys to go ahead and get gridded up and get ready to get going. I can't wait. Cole, good to see you out there. Great race for the other night in the Turn Down for What Truck Series. Came also close to the back end of Shad. Man, it's been one hell of a season over in the Turn Down for What Truck and Xfinity series. Just like it's going to be a lot of fun here in eSpark. And then ultimately the BeWater Be Fast series that kicks off the first week of January. So it looks like Old Boehner's going to have the pole with Vroman to the outside, Tom Flitty, Henderson, Keffer, Dohar, Onson, Conley, Morris, and Mr. Jeff No, Stout Whiskey. He's going to go ahead and round out your top 10, and the rest will continue to scroll on that side. Let's go ahead and find old Mr. Bain and roll out with him. In fact, you know what? Let's see if we can't sneak a word. Let's see if we can't sneak a word with Mr. Bain on his warm-up lap. Oh, where are you? There he is. Let's move him to this broadcast booth. Jordan Bain, it is repeat live in the booth, buddy. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing?
I tell you what. It couldn't fit any better than to have that BeWater number 28 Ford Mustang on the pole for the first ever eSpark race, hydrated by BeWater with this Xfinity series. You got Nick Vroman to your outside, one hell of a duo for the start of this race. With such a large field, what do you think you're going to need to do to be there at the end when all the chips are on the table, sir?
Man, keep it up front all race. Didn't expect a pull, so that was cool. Like you said, getting this BeWater car up front right out of the gate. Love it. But yeah, I mean, most of these guys are pretty smart here. You know, it's tough anytime you're in your first league race with a bunch of new people, especially at a restrictor plate. Could be tough with some chemistry, but I'm going to try to keep it up front all race, lead as many laps as I can, and we'll go for it.
Well, you got Roman to the outside. He's trying to warm up the tires on that primetime Camaro. I wish you all the luck in the world. Congratulations on the pole. I believe that's a point, if I'm not mistaken. You've got all kinds of experience around you. I'm going to send you back to your group. Good luck, sir, and wish them luck for me as well.
Thank you, sir. Have fun up there.
Thank you, buddy. All right, so one quick word with the 28-old Jordan Bain. A lot of y'all know him as NNR Boehner from back in the day, back in the NNR days. And look at this field coming off turn number 4. We're about to set them free. Green flag is out, and we are away. Grandpa Coey out there saying Roman all the way. Well, Roman right now, he's got a pretty good push from Elliott Henderson on that outside line. And in these Xfinity cars, you can absolutely make all the lines work, but you got to be careful on the pushing. I imagine you're probably going to see a bunch of people drop to the back. We just saw one car pull from the 5th position on the bottom to go ahead and get to the back as quick as possible. 28, the 8, 95, and the 37. Still your top 4 making it work. Riding on board with Mr. Roman. As you can see, right now he doesn't have any kind of a glimpse of that 28 to his inside. He's got the left side tires right down that black seam. So what that's doing, that's keeping the 28 pinch down. He's got to be careful not to come on up. Now as the 95 has a chance to come on down, and we're going to see old Mr. Roman go ahead and lead his first lap from the nose. Man, he is just gliding it smooth as butter along that inside line, and from above with the blimp cam, he's got Boehner in his rear view, and then of course the 8 of Tom Flitcroft, old Tom Flitty, from those that remember him back on console days, and that's going to be the 37 of Elliott Henderson up high, the 77 of Dohar, the 33 of Jason Keffer, and then of course the 1 of Joel Conley, or of course a lot of you know him as Kool-Aid. Oh yeah! Hall M out there with the shake and bake emoji. And yeah, a lot of clean start. GG for everybody, says Lot Ayers. Bowling saying Bane for the win. He's going to have one hell of a shot. If him, Jeff No, and a bunch of those guys that are very, very familiar with each other can get up and stay around each other, it could be a very, very interesting night. This track and any other super speedway is going to be the great equalizer. For anybody out there that kept an eye on the NNR series, you're actually watching right now with the NNR Truck Series inaugural champion right here on iRacing. Roman walked away with, I believe, 12 wins on the season, so he's going to be a force to be reckoned with as the season rolls on. Going to kind of work through the field here just a little bit. Let's go check back with the one and only Jeff No. Looks like he is the 4th car on the high side behind Elliott Henderson up there in that 37. But long trains of cars going down the backstretch, now heading into turn number 3. Commando Griff out there saying, pulling for my fellow educator, oh, Mr. No. Griff, good to see you, buddy. Picking up now with the 77 of Tyler Dohar, sitting P3 on the high side. Roman still leads. Bane still second behind him. And then again, it's going to be the 8 down there. Big pushes all the way around. Yeah, during practice, some of these guys were talking about their temperatures. They're going to have to watch their temps as the race goes on. Yeah, Bane can get up behind the 95 and push. The 33 can get up behind the 37 can get up there behind the 33 and push, but they can't stay there forever. You're going to have to see them, duck out, as you just saw Elliott Henderson do right there. Duck on out, grab a little bit of air to the front of that car. You see Tyler Dohar doing the same thing, going up into that 3rd line. letting that 77 FilterTime Camaro breathe just a little bit and then fall back in line. Mike RPM out there in chat saying, go Red. Yeah, Red, he's, it's kind of interesting. He was talking about all the dirt racing that he's been doing. Now here in the FilterTime eSpark Xfinity Series, hydrated by BeWater, doing a whole lot of asphalt racing. I know there's a guy in here that's got a pretty big following on his own channel, and that's going to be the one and only Joey Stone. Let's go ahead and drop back with Mr. Stone. Looks like he's tailing Charlie on that high side with Jacob Kerr, Jaden Gimbel, James Holzer, Jose Ruiz, and Randy Hinshaw all the way around him. And there is Jose Ruiz in that number 23 with the 17 close in tow. Mohawk saying, go Nup. I actually talked to him just before the race started, and I said, hey man, is that K silent? I just want to make sure that when I talk about you, I'm pronouncing your name the right way. And there you see him. Rocking that 54 is a pretty nice looking paint scheme. And so far, we are now, 9 laps into this race. I didn't get a fuel count as to how far everybody will be able to go. Obviously, if you're the leader, you're going to be able to go a little bit further. I'm sorry, a little less far than everybody else, because you are flat open while everybody else behind you is all about that draft. Now we see the 12 car of Rylan Pinnell and Jordan McGraw right to his inside, rocking that number 34. Side by side, as far back as you can see, there's just a few cars in the back that are just waiting for some of these guys to go ahead and make a mistake. So far, doesn't look like it's gonna happen. They're doing a great job, but when it comes down time for pit stops rather, we're gonna have to see how that goes, because you're gonna have people that are gonna try to get in hotter than others. You're gonna have people sliding them up, locking them up, spinning out, possibly tagging that inside wall. You're gonna get people with pit road penalties that are going to get held or have to come back in for an additional 25 seconds. But so far, so good. Let's get back up front with that 95 of Nick Vroman. Still looks like the 28 of Boehner has not left his back bumper, and the 8 of Tom Flitcroft still sticking right there with him. Tyler Doar still sitting P3 on that high side. He's got the 1 of Joel Conley, Kool-Aid, as you see the Kool-Aid character on his hood. That's pretty cool. Let's actually pick up on old Mr. Conley and get a pretty good look at his paint scheme. Kool-Aid, man. Anytime I ever saw Mr. Conley come into the booth and hang out, dropping biddies and commenting. It's always all kinds of fun, because he always brings a whole lot of energy. So I definitely appreciate Mr. Conley. Go ahead and take a look at the 5 of Brendan Book on the bottom in that Target. I believe that's going to be a Camaro, if I'm not mistaken. And he's got the 14 of Tom Sears right behind him. And then, of course, there is Cody Giles. Cody Giles, old Fluffy from the original PlayStation, and then over to the Xbox side during the Pro League Summer Heat and Winter Series. It's actually what most of this field is made up of. It's made up of Season 1 and Season 2 Pro Leaguers, the Winter Heat, and the Summer Series. And And then, of course, just some guys that a lot of these guys have come to know over the last while. But so far, 13 laps in, everybody's still minding their P's and Q's, keeping it lined up. A lot of these guys are in separate discords. Like when I brought old Mr. Bain up to the booth to talk to him right quick about his pole and what he's looking to, or how he's looking to run this race. We got some contact between the 8 and the 1. 8 went up, or the 1 went up into the wall, and it's going to be the big one early. It's going to collect just about the entire field. Smoke is everywhere. Now, these guys do have one fast repair, and I think just about everybody in the 2/3 on back of this field is going to go ahead and have to burn that. Very, very unfortunate. But you see some guys here. You saw that that all started with some contact between the 8 and the 1. 8 of Flitcroft came on up into the 1. Not quite sure if he got some contact from behind, but very, very unfortunate. Yeah, you absolutely called it, Commando. Looks like the 50 of John Honeycutt. He's definitely got some damage, but it looks like most of the damage is to the rear end. I didn't see a whole lot of damage on the car itself. Let's see if we can't get a better look. Oh yeah, I take that back. The front left, that definitely has some issues. The hood bent up a bit. We saw no rear bumper cover on the back. Very, very unfortunate for him. 95 of Roman, the 28 of Jordan Bain. Those guys clean as a whistle. This water bottle has had no issues as of yet. As you can see behind him, you see the FilterTime logo for Tyler Dohar. Everybody should come on down pit road, grab 4 brand new Eagle Feel Goods, or maybe just Wrights. Could just be right side tires. Top it off full of fuel and come on back out. Again, I would definitely imagine that most people that were involved in that, they're going to come on down. They're going to go ahead and check that fast repair. That way they can go ahead and get it fixed up as early as possible. Come on out, keep as much track position as possible, and then get ready to get lined back up. Looks like Luke Knupp. He's going to be the first one to come off of pit road. Looking ahead from him, you actually see one car up here. I'm not quite sure who that was, but Luke Knupp's going to be your leader. Nick Fromm in P2, Jordan Bain P3, Jason Keffer in P4, Justin Mons in P5, Hunter Brittle, Toll, Owen, Zach Onset, and Nathan Nicholson, followed by Maxwell Castro. That's going to be your top 10. Yeah, I think I can do that. Let's take a look here. I know the 8 and 1 were involved, so let's go ahead and find them right quick. Joel Conley, as you can see, yeah, he was the first one up into that outside wall. He's got that Kool-Aid car all fixed up. And for some reason, the replay button is not working. Well, that's unfortunate. I might have to do this the old-fashioned way. Please stand by. Keep your arms and legs inside the ride at all times. Let's see what we can find. Sorry about having to do it this way. For some reason, the replay button isn't working. It's very possible. It's my first stream here on SDK. It's very possible that I did not get it coded correctly. I apologize. How's that? How's that for you? All right, so we're going to go ahead and pick up the action right here. Again, we saw Tom come on up, or Tom Flitcroft. We saw him come on up. Not quite sure if he got turned or what, but here they are coming through the tri-oval. Don't see a whole lot of contact between the 8 and the 20. So there, the 8's down low. The 1 is up high. And it looks like Tom just came up a little high, and that caused the wreck on everybody. Very, very unfortunate. Let's go ahead and bring it back live for you. All right, they're coming through the trial. Well, let's see. We already talked to old Mr. Bain. Let's see if we can't get a hold of Mr. Vroman here right quick. Nick Vroman, it's repeat in the booth. Buddy, you got me, sir.
Yeah, what's up?
Well, I tell you, we talked to Mr. Mr. Bain for getting the pole. You started to the outside. We just watched the big one behind. It kind of looked like the 8 came up track, made contact with Mr. Conley, old Kool-Aid. How do you try to make sure you keep your track position and away from any future big ones that may occur?
Wreck them first, Pete. Nah, I'm just kidding. Nah, I just try to stay up front to clean air. You know, I'm actually working with Bane here, and we got a good little thing going on. So, yeah, I'm going to try and get a good little jump here. Hopefully I can get down in front of them, and we continue to work to the end and race out between us.
Well, you guys definitely looked very, very solid, very steady for the first, 20 laps, give or take. I'm going to go ahead and get you back with your teammates here. Good luck.
Thank you.
You got it. All right, go ahead and let him go on back and meet back up with old Stout Whiskey, Jordan Bain, Red, and company. They are double file and doing one hell of a job. Yeah, a lot of air's no problem. Fry Dog out there saying, let's go Fry Dog saying, let's go HD. Cousin Fry, it's absolutely good to see you again. I believe that this pace car is going to go ahead and pull off. Bane should be the first one on the loud pedal unless Roman decided that he was going to take the top side. And as he just mentioned there in that little conversation, was working out some kind of a deal with the 28. 28 still down low. Vroman was not able to get clear. It looks like Justin Mon said, no, we are not playing these team strategies. He's not getting in front of you. They're going to stay side by side, at least 5, 6, 7 rows deep. And there it is. So the 41 of Justin Mons, he's now going to lead that outside lane with the 34 of old Jordan McGraw, J-Mac. Normally see and hear him with the one and only Elizabeth Thal, or better known as Frozen Toes, throughout the PSES series and others. So J-Mac, again, another pro leader out here trying to get it done. So now you got that BeWater 28 Ford Mustang for Jordan Bain. Now right behind Nick Vroman. You heard Vroman say that they were gonna try to get back together and keep it working. I'm gonna guess a lot of guys in the back are either gun shy now after that wreck, or they chose not to use their fast repair, and they're just gonna let this ride. I'll actually take a look from somebody in the back. Let's go back here with Mr. Honeycutt. He's 2 cars behind the 77 of old Tyler Dohar, now up on the high side, and there is definitely a bit of a gap between the 77, and as you can see, Dohar still has some damage on the front end of that FilterTime Camaro. Drop a little bit further back with Jacob Kerr. Jacob is driving that number 11. He's actually up 14 spots from where he started. Just that caution either fell in the right hands for him or what, not sure. You see the 77 drop on down. I guess he's going to go ahead and fall to the rear. Maybe realize that he's not quite competitive right now. Or with that front end damage, he might be down on RPM. Anything's possible. 21 laps out of 70 now in the books. Looks like Vroman and Bain still leading with Vroman and Bain still leading with Jason Keffer and Zach Onsen going to be your top four. And I see a familiar face out there, MK Gaming, and this time, guess what? I know that ain't old Master Killer. What's happening there, buddy? That is old Mr. Mike Kinsley. And I tell you what, guys and gals out there, if Mike Kinsley ever decides to reopen his paint scheme shop, you definitely want to look him up on the iRacing side. The man does one hell of a job. Thank you, Mr. Kinsley. Absolutely appreciate it, sir. Riding on board with that number 28 BeWater Ford Mustang, looking right ahead to old Vroom Vroom Roman. He's definitely another person I would suggest going to follow over on the Twitter side. The man's got like almost 5,000 followers on YouTube, but just decided he doesn't want to stream off of there. But he does one hell of a job here on Farm Sim or wherever you can find him, as they're actually coming up on some lap traffic. Lap traffic went ahead and took that third line. You see the 20 of Zach Onsen on the outside, 33 of Jason Keffer, and I believe that's going to be the 41 back there of Justin Mons. Justin was actually in the chat last night during a test race, and I'm looking forward to the paint schemes that he's created a little bit later on in the season. Man, I saw one of them during a test race last week. You want to talk about a guy that's very, very talented and knows how to use that digital brush for these cars. He's another one that absolutely gets it done. Mr. Kinsley says, I'll be back open in January. I would definitely follow that guy. Hit him up, send him a whisper on Twitch. Let him know what you need. You know what? Tell him Repeat sent you. And first scheme is on me. How's that sound? There you go. First scheme is on me. A little bit of a battle here for the lead. 33 pushed that 20 all the way up to the outside right corner panel of the 95 of Roman. And yeah, Mike Kinsley, they had one big one not too long ago, and that's where you see the damage on a few of these cars, and is also why there's a few cars a little bit further in the back. I'll actually drop back with Jacob Kerr, excuse me, and you see some damaged cars right around him. Before, buddy, they were side by side. all the way back, and they stayed that way. They did a phenomenal job for, I think it was like 18 or 19 laps, until unfortunately Tom Flitcroft came up off the bottom, collected the one of Joel Conley, and that was all she wrote. A lot of errors. Thank you very much, sir. Absolutely appreciate it. Brand new tool to me, SDK. It's a lot of fun, but man, there's a lot of coding that goes in. If you like what you see now, make sure you come on back around every now and then, because it's only going to get better. I promise you. Let's drop a little bit further back with the 94 of Samuel Morris. There you see him right behind the 77 of Tyler Dohart. Again, owner and operator of the FilterTime eSpark Xfinity Series, hydrated by BeWater. 94, he actually looks pretty clean and I would say clean and green, but he's a very, very bright shade of yellow. I'm going to guess he's another one, kind of a little gun shy right now, but even though he's got a pretty clean car, he can't get too far back. He can't lose that draft. Tyler Dohart, you still see a little bit of damage to his left front and probably along that left side as well. In fact, let's see if we can't get a look down Tyler Dohart's left side and see what's going on. It looks like the back end kind of looks like he backed into a telephone pole. Let's look at his left front. There you see the 77, big, bold, yellow numbers. No real issue right there. Let's see, left rear, FilterTime, don't worry, breathe happy. So it looks like that side of his car is all right. Let's take a look at his right front. Right front looks, it looks like it might have seen better days, but I think that is just the way that the wheel is kind of sitting up inside the frame, not too bad. And then, of course, again, the left rear, or I'm sorry, the right rear suspension, where you see that same FilterTime, don't worry, breathe happy logo. And, of course, the FilterTime eSpark Series, hydrated by BeWater. So a lot going on in the back. A lot of guys just kind of biding their time, hoping that within the next 40 laps, somebody up front is going to mess up and get collected, and then these guys that are in the back, maybe someone like Dohar or anyone else, the 50 of Honeycutt, maybe a couple others, will use their fast repair and be up front when it really matters. Let's go ahead and pick up with one of my buddies, old Jose Ruiz. In this number 23, he's up on the high side as we see a lot of single line traffic on that bottom. Jose right now, he's running a little bit further in the back. He's up one spot from where he qualified. He's up to P24. And Jose is another one that really takes care of his stuff. Whether you're watching him in SRN or if you're watching him in Turn Down for What or anywhere else, he is a model of consistency, always there when it matters. And I think one of the leagues that he was in, he was actually sitting third in points, if I'm not mistaken. Just again, showing you just how much Jose Ruiz takes care of his stuff and does his best to be there at the end. Let's go ahead and bring it on back up to the front where the 95 of Nick Roman continues to lead. He's going to go ahead and put Joel Conley in that outside line a lap down, and he's got some company as well. But there is that 28 of Jordan Bain still giving that 95 a shove. Everybody in that top 10, I'd say, on that bottom line, just running that yellow. And protecting their groove. Nobody really getting aggressive within the stance, but I can guarantee you the only one that is any sort of wide open is that 95. Everybody else, they are doing more checking up and more breathing up the throttle than they are actually, flat out on that loud pedal. Guys doing a phenomenal job heading into turn number 1. Now we got the 27 of Maxwell Castro sitting there third on the bottom. We got the 16 of Cody Giles, old rookie, to the outside. He's got a little bit of a push from Elliott Henderson and Justin Mons up there with him. It looks like the 10, he's going to go ahead and bail ship. He's going to jump to that outside as well. I'm sorry, not the 10. That's going to be the 40, 37, a little loose. Great checkup, great hands by the 37, not to wreck everybody up front. And as you can see, with that happening, now it gave the 28, the 95, and the 27 a little bit of breathing room. Car all the way down on the apron. I believe that's going to be, let me see if I can find him. Oh, I'm not quite sure. By the time the field passed on by, he was way past gone. Laudere says it best. Halfway, great driving, guys. Lap 35 of 70, doing a phenomenal job. So yeah, that was going to be the 40 that I was talking about just a moment ago before we saw somebody get a little loose after some contact coming through the front part of the tri-oval. But yeah, that 40 is going to be none other than Kyle Arnold. Boy, I really got to tell you, Griff and Mohawk, Swats, Cole, and everybody else that, Kinsley, everybody else that's out there that knows me. Man, it's so great to get back in the booth again. So great to get back. If you ever watch Nick Roman in that 95 stream, whether it's on iRacing or Farm Sim or DayZ or whatever, he wears a heart monitor. If I was wearing one of those, man, that thing would have been up to 200. Oh, looks like the 7. He's going to go to the inside, but I don't believe he collected anybody. That 7, let me see if I can find him right quick. I know just about the entire field has gone by. Maybe it wasn't the 7. I thought it was, though. Was it maybe the 17? Nope. Or the 8, rather. Nope, it wasn't the 8 of Flitcroft. There we go, Curtis Crutch. Yep, there he is. It doesn't really look like he got a whole lot of damage. Let's take a quick look at his full car here. Oh yeah, he's got some damage. It looks like that Jurassic Park's been driven through the woods a few times. Whole lot of damage to the front left, probably the front right as well. Looks like part of the splitter is missing in the back. But man, he did a great job not to plant that thing in the wall to where it also became extinct. Great job by him. He's going to go ahead and lock him up, trying to get down to 55 miles per hour. And I have a feeling he's going to go ahead and use his his quick repair. Might actually see him a little bit later on. Who knows? This could work out for him. Just saw a couple of others go on down pit road. Let's see. Not only Curtis Crutch, but Joel Conley, who was in that first wreck. He's also gone ahead and taken his ride down pit road as well. There he is, leaving pit road right now in that number 1 Kool-Aid Camaro. A little bit of McDonald's sponsorship and this and that. It's good to see old Mr. Conley. Talk about some sponsorship. How about old Vroom Vroom? He's got the primetime colors on this number 95 Camaro. You're also going to see the primetime, and hey, what do you know? Also the BeWater scheme in the 24-hour race at Daytona come right around January 22nd, 23rd. BeWater more than likely is going to go ahead and pick up the sponsorship for the primetime team within Extreme Motorsports to run not only 1, but 2 cars for that 24-hour race, and you'll be able to catch all that right here on my channel. Broadcasting is like riding a bike. You never forget. No, you don't forget, but it takes you a second to get that balance back, though, Griff. And boy, with a brand new tool, yeah, I'm pedaling very, very slowly right now. But I can't say the same thing for these guys. These guys are absolutely flying on by, doing one hell of a job. The leader and everybody behind him, everybody there is turning like 40.36 and very, very close to him. In fact, people further in the back, some cars that have no issue, like let's pick up the 32 of Randy Hinshaw, for example. He's way back here. He's running in the 38s. So while the guys up there are running in the 40s, Randy's back here in this 32 unscathed, snap-on Camaro. And yeah, he is actually running faster lap times than the leaders and everybody else in the front. We might be looking at old Mr. Hinshaw here in less than 30 laps now, 28 laps remaining. As it looks like we've got a pass for the lead. 37 of Elliott Henderson. He was able to get on by the 95. I'm going to guess with a big old push from Maxwell Castro. Castro now giving that 95 a little bit of a shot. These two Pro League competitors running nose to tail. Bain now on the bottom behind the 37. You got the 40 down there as well. That's Kyle Arnold. That's Old Red. And doing a pretty damn good job. Absolutely, Fry. As my buddy old HD Motorsports used to say, we just wing it up here. Harvick, what's happening, brother? Man, I saw your tweet, talking about Atlanta and Rick and so many others helping you. Man, I thank you very, very much. Absolutely glad to know that I was able to help you in any kind of way. Man, that was a very, very, my hand's like I'm still on camera here. A very, very long story that you wrote out on Twitter, but very heartfelt. Harvick fan, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you. All right, you see ahead of this 37, you see more lap traffic that's going to come into play as these guys are going a whole lot faster than the guys in the back. I believe one of them is going to be the 60 of Jeff No, if I'm not mistaken. Nope, No might be off track. Let's see if we can't find old Joey Stone. Stone is by himself. There's Osborne in the 53. Jeff No, I believe Stout Whiskey, I believe he's going to be off track. Caution is out. Let's see. Got to get back. Let's get back up to the leaders. Jordan Bain. Not quite sure what happened right there. So let's pick a car that's middle of the pack and see if we can't run a little bit back. Let's pick up on old Jordan McGraw. And actually, we'll go back to Randy Hinshaw. White Walker saying he can't hear any sound. Any car sound? Let's see. I see my audio. I see game sound. Yeah. White Walker, I'm not 100% sure. I see the audio from everybody. Okay. Kyle Arnold was in it. All right, so let's go ahead and look at Mr. Arnold. Thank you very much. All right, so let's roll that beautiful bean footage as it used to be and see if we can't find out what that was about. All right, so they say Kyle Arnold was in it. Let's ride along with that 40. Oh, that ain't going to work. And that was already too late. Let's try that one more time. All right, so what this is going to look like, it looks like the 40 came on down when he was not yet completely clear. Very, very unfortunate. And there it is. That just goes to show at Daytona and Talladega, you are not 100% safe anywhere you go around this track. Let's go ahead and bring it back live. Let's go ahead and pick the leader back up. And we were talking about this guy earlier, weren't we? Jose Ruiz. There he is, up in front when it matters the most. Jordan Bayne, he's going to come on up, give a big old thumbs up out the window, and wish him some luck and say, congrats for working your way on up here. So you got a couple cars in front of the leader that are more than likely going to go ahead and get the wave around. I don't believe I've seen a lucky dog as of yet. What do you say we go ahead and try to find old Mr. Ruiz, bring him up to the booth, and get a quick word with him? Looks like he's teamed up with old Mr. Honeycutt right now. Actually, I take that back. He's going to go ahead and bring it down pit road. So Bayne's going to pick up the lead. Roman, so I'm going to guess that the 23, he just decided to go ahead and stay out to, I'm sorry, not Roman, Ruiz decided he was just going to stay out to go ahead and lead a lap. Let's see if we can't pick up on Honeycutt. And looks like, actually scratch that, looks like Castro is going to have that third spot. So we've talked to the top two. Let's see if we can't find old Castro here right quick and get a quick word in. There he is, max boost. It's been a little bit. Let's pull him to the booth, and he's under Dark Horse. Mr. Castro, it is repeat in the booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Maxwell, man, I tell you, you've been able to get out there and stay with the fastest cars all night long. You've kept that 27 pretty clean, and now here you are sitting in P3 behind two of the guys that have arguably led the most laps. You're going to have the 50 of Honeycutt to your inside. I know you're getting ready to go back green. What is your plan to be able to be where you need to be when when that checkered flag flies?
Plan is to keep it straight. I still got a fast repair, so I'm hoping not to get wrecked and just be there at the right spot. We're going green now.
All right, man. Good luck. I'll let you go. Have a great race.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yep. All right. As he said, going back green. Roman and Bayne up on that loud pedal. One more time, you see the 50 of Honeycutt on that bottom line, pushing the 95 of Mr. Roman. Bayne now on the high side, and Maxwell Castro right behind him. Side by side down this backstretch. A lot of people used to think that Talladega and Daytona had the longest straightaways in NASCAR. But no, it's actually Pocono. Pocono is longer than Indy or any other straightaway. And if you've ever been there, I would suggest grabbing at least row 15 in that second tier or higher. You'll be able to see the whole track. The place is phenomenal. Puts on a long race. The only thing is, man, make sure you pack that sunscreen because there is not a tree to be found. Those stands are wide out in the open. Now riding on board with that 50 of Honeycutt. Let's see what he's actually looking at as we look on board with him. Looking at the back end of Roman. Now in front of Roman is going to be Jordan Bayne in that number 28 BeWater Ford Mustang. Again, this whole series is the FilterTime eSpark iRacing Xfinity Series hydrated by BeWater. BeWater was gracious enough to actually give a monetary prize to the leader at the end of this season. But you want to talk about monetary prizes, wait until the Be Fast BeWater iRacing series kicks off January the 3rd, right here on this channel. We're gonna talk about some serious cash, not only to the guys on track, but you guys out there as well. Every single race, I'm going to pick a random person, and I'm just going to give you 20 bucks. Just random. I'm going to give you 20 bucks. Every race for 8 weeks, somebody out there is going to get $20. Caution's out again. Let's go ahead and look on back through the field, see if we can't pick up on where it is. It looks like part of it is going to be with the 8 of Tom or Tom Flitcroft. Man, old habits die hard. I've known Tom for quite a while. So let's go ahead and roll this back, find out exactly what happened. All right, let's go ahead and pick it up right from there. And we're going to go TV2. There he is on the outside. Got 20 to the inside. Oh, 40 actually just drifted on up. So, unfortunately, 40 came up. I guess, he thought he was going to be clear. Sent Tom through the grass. He tried to hold on to it. No way he's going to be able to do it at those speeds. And collected many, many cars in that back. 20 bucks, 20 to go. Coincidence? I tell you, Griff, nothing gets by you. Nothing gets by you. All right, let's go ahead and get back live and wait for some of these guys to come on off. There you see Bain, the 95, the 27, and I believe the car fourth in line is going to be old Mr. Honeycutt. Honeycutt looks like he's got some damage to that front left rather. Mama Bear, great to see you as always. Your brother's doing really, really well. Him and Jordan Bain have led a majority of the laps here at Daytona. And man, it's absolutely great to see your brother out there on track and actually be able to call him for one of these races for a change. Speaking of calling these races, let's see if we can't get a hold of old Mr. Honeycutt here and see what he's got to say about this high-tech security services Ford Camaro. John Honeycutt, it's Repeat, live in the booth, buddy. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
What's happening, dude? Well, I actually got a chance to meet you in person, in the infield at Daytona, and here you are. We got a live view of you in this number 50 high-tech security services Chevy Camaro. So far, I think you spent most of your time inside the top 10 all night long. Got a little bit of damage to the front left. The hood is kind of buckled up a little bit. Do you still have that fast repair available to you? Is that just cosmetic that iRacing couldn't fix, or are you good to go and ready to challenge for this win?
First of all, I came from the 30th, and just playing. So I got caught up in that first wreck. Was able to slow down, but I got pushed into a wreck. So the car seems fine. I did save my fast repair. I wanted to see where it was at, and I was just under a minute in repairs. So iRacing was able to get enough done to where it is, as you can see it now. And car seems pretty fast. It's not. I don't think it's going to be quick out in front of the draft, but I think as long as I stay tucked up behind somebody, I think I'll be all right.
Well, man, you definitely have a couple of bad fast cars up front to stay tucked up under. I wish you all kinds of luck, brother. Keep it on that loud pedal. do what you got to do, and maybe we'll be talking to you a little bit later on in that top 3.
Yeah, I hope so. Thanks, Repeat. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man. I'll talk to you later. I'll get you back with your teammate. All right, again. So that's the one and only John Honeycutt. You've you've seen him in a few other leagues and does a phenomenal job everywhere he goes. I talked about Frozen Toes a little bit ago when we were talking about Jordan McGraw. There it is, right behind that number 50, Team FTR, Team Frozen Toes Racing. Let's go ahead and bring this back and see what these guys have for the restart. Did I say Ford Camaro? My bad, absolutely. Well, Cody, you know what? We're talking about Ford Camaros and Chevy Mustangs and Ford Silverados. We still haven't been able to figure out what that hybrid is as far as the pace car goes here on iRacing, pace car or pace truck. But we are back under green. 95 and Bain finding themselves right where they've been just about all night long. So far, no real hero. But that bottom line is definitely getting a bigger run, and I think it might be just because of what you heard John Honeycutt say. He doesn't think he's got a whole lot of power under that hood. He really needs to stay in the draft. Well, now he's got some help behind. He's got the 11 and it's not showing up as the 11. I hate when that happens. Okay, 11 of Jacob Kerr, sitting a little bit further back. Then, of course, John Honeycutt, and then that 28 BeWater Ford Camaro. Might as well go with it, right, Cody? Yeah, Ford Mustang of the one and only Jordan Bain or Bainer. Thanks, Mr. Kinsley. I definitely appreciate you, man. Have fun. So Mr. Broman, he's going to go ahead and pick up right where he left off. And, man, that is where and what he talked about all season long during his 12 wins in the NNR iRacing Truck Series. Clean air was his best friend. Well, for most of the night tonight, he's had clean air. He's had Bain up behind him as well as a few others. And now he's got the 5 of Brendan Book filling up his rear view. And I can imagine as time goes on, Brendan's not going to stay there for very long. Castro may have something to say with that. Nup may have something to say about that. Or, of course, old Mr. Mons. In case y'all just saw on screen, I moved that nice ticker down just a little bit. It's kind of hidden. In case anybody's actually wondering what that is, as we see the 50 of John Honeycutt duck on down to that low line. The INKW ticker symbol is a stock ticker for Green Concepts. They are the company that actually owns BeWater. And I went online under my Fidelity services and bought like 3,500 shares of Green Concepts. Right now, it's still a penny stock, but they got some big plans. If you go and take a look for yourself, look them up, see what they're all about. They are in process of actually formulating a nutritious, they say, hemp water. That's gonna be good for your body. And usually whenever companies announce something big, which they're set to do early in 2022, their stock comes on up. Well, I'm hoping those 3,500 shares that I bought make me a little bit of money, as it looks like we got the 11 and one other around on the bottom. Great hands, way to save it down there. We are going to stay green. Let's actually see if we can't go back and catch up with them. They're going to be a little bit further back than that. I believe that was going to be the 40, if I'm not mistaken, of Kyle Arnold. Let's bring that back just a little bit. Nope, it wasn't the 40. No, it wasn't the 40, so we're gonna go ahead and skip that. Don't want to lose too much here. 12 laps to go as they come across, and because of that, little bit of a mistake there, that has absolutely strung out this field. You've got cars all over a good portion of this track. So in that mix-up, it looks like the 41 had to give up the lead. Now Bane's got a very, very familiar Twitch logo in his rear view. It's going to be the 95 of Roman, 27 of Castro on that bottom line. It looks like they've got 6 cars on the bottom, 5 cars on top. But it doesn't look like that, if you want to call it a high side, is really all that well put together. Bane's got that Mustang in the wind with one of the best pushers in the sim right in his rear view. So what you're seeing there is 3 pretty distinct tracks as they come through the tri-oval. Everybody coming below, I believe it's like 25-degree banking. I actually walked that banking and signed the wall. It's funny, when I signed the wall, I said Kyle Busch hit here. I honest to God did. I was there with Unforgotten Shadow, Mark Morton, and Expert Racing and a few other people. James Shane Wolf, it was a hell of a time. Let's see if we can't get an idea of just how spread out this field really is. There's that group. Let's kind of go back a little bit. There's a 2-car tango. Between, I believe that's going to be the 78 and the 6. And the caution is out one more time. Looks like it's going to be a little bit further in the back, so let's go on back, see if we can't find out exactly what happened. Doesn't look like Jose was part of it. Doesn't look like the 94 of Sam Morris was part of it. The 1's looking pretty clean. So is the 20. Jason Kepper looks like he might be all right. All right, let's go ahead and back this up. All right, at this point, they're already on the binders. 94 is welling it up. And it looks like it's going to be the 1 of Kool-Aid. And I think that's going to be the 64. So 64 of DJ Stagner. All right, so let's back this up one more time with him. All right, looks like he just got kind of forced low, hit that double yellow line, and had nothing. He didn't really collect a whole lot on the front, but man, he Kyle Busch that 64 Xfinity car straight into the inside wall, almost to the exact spot where Kyle Busch hit and broke his leg in just a few short seasons ago. Man, good thing that wasn't real. So let's catch back up with Jordan Bayne. Looks like Justin Mons right now is going to be sitting P number 4. Everybody is behind the pace car, and it looks like he would have had his chance to go on down pit road. So let's see if maybe we can't catch a glimpse with Mr. Mons, as that's right, he's celebrating his son's 7th birthday. Let's see if we can't find old Mr. Mons here right quick. Mr. Mons, it's Repeat up in the booth. You got me in that 41 happy birthday Camaro.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Man, I'm doing all right. I am absolutely digging this 7th happy birthday. You know, I'm guessing to your little boy or nephew or something like that. And if I'm not mistaken, I saw on Twitter you're going to be rocking this scheme till the end of the year.
Yes, sir. I'm going to run it through the entire December run with the Xfinity car, including my race at Chicagoland, which is the playoff race for the Monday Night Racing League. So this is dedicated to my son's 7th birthday. His name is Jacob, and I just wanted to dedicate it to him and get him a little recognition, and help also raise awareness for autism awareness. If you see that on the side of the car, I always have that on my cars to help raise awareness, because he does have autism. So just, if you can, check out some information on that and help be a better person.
Absolutely. I've actually got a couple of members of my family also within that autism spectrum, and I do see those puzzle pieces on the left-hand side of your car underneath your contingencies. Buddy, we're going to let you go, get you back to your group. Good luck the rest of these races. Go ahead and burn them down, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And quick shout out. Just want to say thank you to my partners, Gamer Advantage. Anytime you guys make a purchase to them, just use code JustinMons.
There you go. There you go. All right, we're going to get you back with the rest of your Dark Horse Motorsports teammates. Enjoy the rest of the race, sir. Good luck.
All right. Thank you, sir.
You got it. All right, yeah, one more big shout out to Justin Mons, and happy birthday, young man. Your dad's going to try to go ahead and get it done for you all season long, and you're in the best spot to go ahead and try to watch him do just that. All right, so we're going to get ready to get them back going one more time. As you can see, this is their 4th caution, 6 laps remaining. Over under on what y'all think as far as top 3, and do we go green from here on out? They've been pretty calm. Couple people I'm sure still have that fast repair in their back pocket. Jordan Bain, Nick Froman, Maxwell Castro, and Mr. Mons. That's going to be your top 4. And oh, by the way, the other guy we talked to, Mr. Honeycutt, sitting right there in P number 5. They're about to let him loose one more time. There you see, you actually saw the front end of that 95 just lift a little bit. So it looks like Mr. Broman was able to time that right with the 28 of Jordan Bain. Now those two guys are actually in team comms together. So there's no doubt Broman knew exactly when that 28 was going to go. And on that high side, Mons, he's going to try to shove that 95 prime time forward for all it's worth. 28's going to come on up, pick up that push, and here we go. 5 laps remaining. Maxwell Castro really digging on that bottom line. 50 of John Honeycutt and the 5 of Brendan Book giving him a little bit of shove. Now the 95 finds himself in the sucker hole underneath Mr. Mons, as well as the 47 of Nathan Nicholson, not where he wants to be. He's got to hope that a hole will open up right behind the 13. Not going to happen. Looks like the 78 is going to go ahead and shut that. There's trouble in the back, trouble mid-pack. We're seeing the second big one. Caution's out. 5th caution of the season opener here with the FilterTime eSpark Xfinity Series hydrated by BeWater. Man, my mind is racing in a million different miles or different directions right now. Let's see that we're riding along right now with the 12 of Ryan Pinnell. Looks like Pinnell might have a little bit of damage on the back end, but it looks like he was able to skate on through. Let's back this up a little bit. See what he saw. All right, so it looks like that was between the 94 and one other. 94 came on down, smacked somebody, went up to the outside wall, and yeah, that was definitely no bueno for him. So very, very unfortunate, but we're going to be able to get back, line them up one more time. Jordan Bain still up front. Something happened with my tool here. Ruh-roh, Rorge. There we go. Okay, we are back live. Oh, it's kind of scaring me a little bit. Okay. I guess I just need to pay attention to that word replay that was flashing in the top left-hand corner, huh? Master Killer, good to see you, sir. Yeah, Boehner might be streaming. I'm not 100% sure. But I tell you what, when we go back green, we can get on board with that BeWater number 28 and see exactly what he's got. He's got Maxwell Castro right behind him. And then the 50 of John Honeycutt. And then it's going to be the 5 of Brendan Book. Right? Don't mash all the buttons. Don't do it. Let's see if we can't dial up the driver number 5 here. And no, we're not talking about Kyle Larson. I wish we were, though. Not sure if Brendan is going to be in a channel. No, he's not. He's probably in the admin chat with a few other guys. Well, we talked to Roman earlier when he was up front. Now he's sitting a little bit further back. He's been one of the fastest cars, so we'll have to see. Yeah, there's Boehner right there, MK. You want to see Boehner's POV? Let's do this. There's Boehner's POV. That is exactly what Bain sees. In fact, you know what? Let's see if we can't dial him up for a second time. Let's see if we can't bug him right quick. Boehner, for the second time and hopefully not the last for the night. It's repeat, buddy. You got a copy.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Man, you got Maxwell Castro. We saw HD or Nick Roman fall back a little bit in that last run. He kind of got stuck in that middle line, and then Calamity broke out behind you. You are coming to the final last couple laps. You've got Castro and Honeycutt in your rear view. You got Master Killer out here in chat. He'd love to see your POV, and that's actually what we're riding on right now, watching you kind of trail that pace car. What do you got planned for this final out, sir?
It's just going to depend what things look like off two. I went and kind of killed the tops run that last restart, but it's a crapshoot, man. Honestly, first isn't where you want to be going into this last lap, but we'll do the best we can. And Hopefully get a good restart, and then hopefully we get a good enough push until the end.
Well, man,
But
like I
we'll
said,
see.
like I said in the beginning, how fitting is it for the BeWater 28 Ford Mustang to be leading the inaugural race for the FilterTime eSpark Xfinity Series, hydrated by BeWater. I wish you all the luck. Pace car's pulling off. I'm going to get you back to your team. Good luck, sir.
Green flag, green
Thank
flag,
you.
green
See ya.
flag.
Yep. All right, so you see him getting back on that loud pedal. We definitely wish Boehner all the luck in the world. He's absolutely going to need it. Maxwell Castro pulls to the outside. A little bit of a help there from the 5 of Brendan Book. 50 of John Honeycutt all over the back bumper of that 28 BeWater Ford Mustang coming to the tri-oval. This will, and there's a wreck behind him. 13 and many others. Caution's going to be out. They did not get to the flag, and this is going to take quite a few people out, being that this was the third big one. You know that a lot of the fast repairs were already used. Five of Brendan, 27, the 50. It looks like Mr. Vroman made it through that as well. It's kind of, let's pull up with Nick right now sitting in P number 4, and let's kind of look around his car just a little bit, see if he's got any damage. Left front's looking pretty good. Left rear is the same. Let's take a look at the right side here. There we go, right front and that right rear. Man, he's got a horseshoe probably tack welded to the inside of that primetime number 95. It ain't over yet, boys and girls. Absolutely. Maxwell Castro and several of the big contenders were definitely in that. And you know what, Swats? I don't know. I don't know how many green-white checkers they're given. It's not showing up on the scoring pylon, so it may be maybe go till you can't go anymore. That would have been a great question to ask in the beginning, wouldn't it? Gonna take one little quick break. I will be right back, guys. All right, there we go. So, man, we're about to rack and stack them all back up one more time. It's going to be the 50 of John Honeycutt. We talked to him earlier. Definitely talked to Boehner a couple times. Got the 5 of Brendan Book. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find him. You've got the 95 of Vroman on the outside, and look who he lines up behind. I wonder if Boehner and Vroman were talking about this under this caution and said, hey, you've got the choice for being the leader. High line, low line, leader's choice. Go ahead and take that. Honeycutt's got a bunch of damage. I'm sure they can see that. Go ahead and get on up here, and let's go ahead and get to the front. The 5 of Brendan Book, though, he's not gonna take it easy on the back end of John Honeycutt whatsoever. And it looks like Book might have a little bit of damage to the front end of his Camaro as well. So the 28's clean, 95's clean. The 41 of Mr. Mons that we talked to just a little bit ago, he's got a pretty clean car as well. So you got Ford, Camaro. That's going to be your top 4 on the high side. 81's got some damage. Again, that 81 is going to be Jaden Gimbel. Big thank you to Mr. Gimbel for helping me out with the videos, with the graphics and everything else. Definitely looking forward to seeing how that works out. But another big thank you to the one and only Rick James. Rick helped me get into this SDK, helped me get rid of parts of the tool that I wasn't going to need, keep the ones that I was going to need for this first broadcast here on the iRacing side. Glad to do it. Rick James, you're the man. Thank you. 28 hard on that pedal, 95 follow. 50 showing why he said he probably wasn't going to have the horses under the hood to get on up there and get going. 95, 28 going to come on down, protect that bottom line. That's going to pull the 50 of John Honeycutt right back with him. The top 2 are going to kind of rock it away a little bit. 50 holding others back. They're 3 wide for about P7, P8 right now. So you've got Bain, Vroman, Honeycutt, Crutch, Holzer, Nupp, Martin, Gimbel, Mons, and Keffer as your top 10 down the backstretch. And looks like caution is going to be out one more time.
Caution's out. Any thoughts on pitting or staying out at all?
We saw the 7 involved in that, so I'm going to go ahead and pick up on the 7 right now as he continues to drop through. And let's go ahead and roll that back a little bit, see exactly what happened. All right, so all the way back, they were 3 wide for P number 4 right there. Looks like 7 on the bottom, 5 in the middle, and the 41 up on that high side. 3 wide behind that 7, and somehow he ended up being looks like he ended up being spun around up into the outside wall. It's going to be the 17 all over his back bumper. 50 got loose. Looks like the 7 might have had to check up, and that caused the 17 to check up. There's the 21 and others, and they all just piled in. Many cars went for a wild ride. 40's up high on his roof, banging off the catch fence, and still continued to somersault. He's on his lid in the infield. Very unfortunate. And it looks like that, as they say, is going to be that. You see the checkered flag waving up top. So it's going to be Jordan Bain, the 95 of Nick Vroman, and the 50 of John Honeycutt. Under each caution, we've talked to someone within the top 5. Just kind of went back through the field. And look at the way they're going to finish. Honeycutt's going to come on up and give a big old rub to the left door for Jordan Bain. Vroman's going to stick right there with him. They stuck together all race long. They're going to stick together in victory lane. We're going to watch this 28 go ahead and burn them down. Bain is also very, he's done his Alan Kulwicki Polish victory lap many times. We're going to talk to him in the booth here in just a bit also. Vroman says, I've been sticking to your tailpipe all night long. Why let go now? So again, the 28 Ford Mustang BeWater machine for the one and only Jordan Bain. He's going to grab the first ever FilterTime eSpark Xfinity Series hydrated by BeWater win here at Daytona. Light him up, Mr. Bain. You hear him trying to grab a gear, trying to get up and get going. It's actually, as you see, more coming back to him. Polish victory lap going all the way back around. People paying their respects, staying out of his way. Again, the famed Polish victory lap from Alan Kulwicki back in the day of that number 7 Hooters machine. Very, very happy for this driver. Very happy. He's got a championship in turn down for what? He's been a contender in the turn down for what Xfinity car this year. Leads the points over here. And with this win, I'm sure he's going to lead the points here tonight. The man is, when he switched from console over to iRacing, he lit the world up. He went into officials, time and time again, and yeah, able to get them done. Take a spin through the grass. Dig a hole, buddy. Dig a hole. Dig a hole right in first place points for the season. All right, guys, we are going to be right back. I'm going to get our top 3 into the booth, and we're gonna talk to him third, John Honeycutt second, Mr. Roman, and of course, Mr. Bain here at the lead. Be right back.
Oh,
All right, guys, now I got driver of the number 50 Camaro, John Honeycutt, here live in the booth. John, we talked to you during one of those cautions, and you had a little bit of damage to that Camaro, and you said, Pete, as long as I stay in the draft, I think I'm going to be able to be all right. Trouble happened right behind you, but you stuck with some pretty fast horses right in front of you. Talk us through your race, please, sir.
yeah, I was able to just kind of sneak my way up there. The car in that first accident, I was able to assess the damage and saved my fast repair, and I think like I said, I only had like a minute of repairs. I was able to get that done, and the car was fast enough to at least be in the draft. I knew if I was to pull out in front of any of those lines while I was up front, I knew I was going to go backwards. So I just stayed committed, stayed patient, and I just knew if I did that and just keep it clean. I had some guys pushing me towards the end there and got me sideways, and I was able to keep it straight, and the guys behind me were wrecking. So I got lucky there, but overall it was a good race, and the car was fast, and I do want to thank High Tech Security and Melody Woodworks that's on the car, and FTR that's also on the car, and yeah, it was fun. I had a blast.
Well, buddy, you just mentioned a bunch of keywords that are going to help you throughout the rest of the season. You're going to leave Daytona third in points if you keep the car straight, if you keep the car committed, you keep the car clean, and you keep the car fast over these next 18 weeks. You're going to be all right. Maybe we're talking to you quite a bit more throughout the season. Honeycutt, it was great to meet you in Daytona. Glad to talk to you tonight. Great job, sir.
Thank you so much, and it was a pleasure meeting you guys, and yeah, this has been awesome, so I can't wait.
All right, bud. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get you back with the rest of your teammates so you can celebrate there. I'm going to bring in old Mr. HD Motorsports Nick Vroman himself and see what we can talk about when it comes to P2. Nick Vroman, HD Motorsports. Buddy, I tell you what, I was nervous for you when you got stuck in that sucker hole with about 10 laps to go, and then caution came out. It actually happened right in front of you. Somehow you managed to come through unscathed. You kept that primetime number 95 Camaro up towards the front all night long. Walk us through your race, please, Nick.
First of all, shout out to Jordan Bain, man. Again, we're working together all race long. Me and him, we were a pretty good tandem there, pretty much all night. But yeah, coming down to the end, I just got put in the sucker hole and fell back, and luckily, I don't know how we were able to miss that caution. That was a lot of chaos. I'm actually going to record it and post it here later because it was absolutely insane. But I hate to see that caution come out the end before the white flag because, I told George, man, I'm going to push you to turn forward, and I'm going to go for a win. So, I hate to see it come out just a tad bit early, but, it's a good race overall, for a Daytona race. I'm happy for the P2.
Well, I know you and Jordan and Jeff No and a bunch of others were all hanging out down, I believe, in Whiskey and Company. Nice little name for a bunch of you guys to work together in. And yeah, you and Jordan Bain and Maxwell Castro and Mr. Mons and quite a few others were up top most of the night. And here you are, bringing it home P2. Now, I know you're going to be a threat in a lot of these other, speedways and super speedways. I think we go to 1 or 2 road courses, of course, short tracks. And you've got a bit of experience here in these Xfinity cars. What are you looking forward to as the season goes on?
I'm just looking for the next race. I'm a next race kind of guy. Just take whatever they got on the schedule here and just take one race at a time.
Well, buddy, in a lot of your past interviews, you always said clean air was what was needed in order to be where it mattered the most at the end. Able to get close to some clean air and in the clean air most of the race. Congratulations on the P2. You're going to start off in a great spot in points. Here's to the next 18 weeks, sir. Good job.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
You got it. And now we'll go ahead and bring in tonight's man of the hour, old Mr. Jordan Bain. Let's go ahead and slide him on. The door's open. I don't know why he's waiting out there, Dohar. All right, so we have Jordan Bain now in the booth. Bainer, we saw you up front. You and Nick Vroman, HD Motorsports, working very, very well. I know y'all were in the same chat along with Jeff No, Stout Whiskey, and a few others all night long, able to kind of give each other a little bit of a tip as to when you were going to drop that throttle, drop that loud pedal. And at times he was able to get in front of you, you were able to get in front of him, but it was the two of you in one position or the next just about all night long. You are the FilterTime eSpark hydrated by BeWater inaugural winner here at Daytona International Speedway. Talk us through it, Banner. Congrats, man. Gotta be hype.
Yeah, man. It was a lot of fun, man. Thanks to Dohar for putting all this together, and FilterTime and BeWater and those folks for supporting this. I mean, really fun. Daytona is always chaotic. I mean, honestly, just qualifying on the pole helped big time. And HD and I have some experience pushing each other on these restrictor plates. So, you know, we just tried to take care of each other up front so that if there was a wreck, hopefully we could stay out of it. And unfortunately for a lot of guys, they got caught up in a lot of bad stuff. So, yeah, I was just keeping the nose clean, trying to keep it up front. But yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was fun. It was a fun race. I'm excited to go back and watch it and kind of see what was going on further back in the field as well. But yeah, I was just picking the right line, getting good pushes. Honeycutt gave me a good push. I mean, Castro gave me a good push. I was fortunate to have guys pushing me on those restarts who knew what they were doing, and so thanks to those guys as well. You got to have a lot of luck here. So happy to win, but also very lucky to win.
Yeah, I said it in the beginning, and this is something that's been said on many streams, whether it's with Rick James or Expert or Swats or anybody. The super speedways, Daytona and Talladega, they are a crapshoot. You've got to have a great deal of luck along with the skill. You got to be steadfast on that wheel. Try not to make too many mistakes. Put yourself in position when it matters the most. Dale Jr. said a long time ago, these races are like big games of chess, and you just got to put your queen at the right place at the right time. And man, you did it tonight. Roman has said it many times, clean air, clean air, clean air. Well, tonight you had the clean air when it mattered the most. Whole lot of guys out there in chat calling you their idol. Man.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Well, I tell you, I mean, Mash Killer says that White Walker said Bane is my role model. Bane needs to go into the Coca-Cola circuit or the Road to Pro circuit. Rock NASCAR says, congrats, Bane. White Walker says, same for Vroman. Vroman is deadly on road courses. So, yeah, both you and Vroman got a lot of support out there in chat. You had your cars up front most of the night. We saw that BeWater hood leading many laps. Way to be a great ambassador to a company that has absolutely stepped up for BeWater, Be Fast, iRacing Series, and right here with the FilterTime eSpark Xfinity Series, hydrated by BeWater. Bane, you enjoy your win. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it, and thanks to everyone who's put all this together. I know it's a ton of work, so hopefully night one was a huge success. So a lot of fun out there. Appreciate you.
You got it. And talking about Dohar, I see you here in the booth, buddy. One hell of a great race. We had, I believe, 7 cautions. First caution coming right around lap 19, and then things settle down a little bit. And of course, at the end of a race, it's going to get ramped up. A lot of people very appreciative of you giving them a place to race now on the iRacing side. Who would have ever thought you'd be able to mesh the PlayStation Pro League, the Summer and Winter Series with the Xbox guys, as well as, a few from just the iRacing circuits, where you've been able to make friends and mix them all together. It's going to be one hellacious 19 weeks, sir.
Yeah, it absolutely is, Pete. I mean, these guys are incredible. They put a lot of time and effort. A lot of guys, we've been waiting months for this to finally come to fruition, and it's a blessing that it was able to happen. It's no small feat. It's taken a dedicated team of admins to make it happen. I really have to thank Brendan Book, Tom Flitcroft, James Holzer, the one and only Marty Hensley, Jacob Kerr, all those guys for their dedication to help make this thing happen. And then to all the guys that are out there, even the guys who couldn't make it this week, that we're finishing up some league obligations and other family things before the season could start. Thank you guys for your passion and dedication to want to do this and make it worthwhile for myself and the admins to put it on. I mean, the racing was fantastic. Those first 19 laps, I was right up in the thick of it. Everybody was just racing with a ton of respect, and really it was that way throughout the whole race. You know, we of course at a super speedway, contact's going to happen. Guys are going to make mistakes. The field is going to be stacked up on top of each other. When you got 39 of the best to do it on the console side and on iRacing side, meshing together once more. So I'm thrilled about the talent pool that came out today. Absolutely astounding. A marquee lineup of drivers that I would never ever trade in for the world. They did a fantastic job. And I can't wait to see what happens next week, because I think it's only going to get better once you take the plate track out of the way. Then the season really starts to settle in, and you're going to let the rough side hang. So I can't wait for next week. I totally forget where it's at. It's at Atlanta. So I had a peek at the schedule there. So once we head to Atlanta, man, Pete, it's going to be a show. It's going to be a blast, and I can't wait to see what kind of racing we could put on.
Well, man, perfectly said. And it's tonight was a whole lot of fun. Super speedways, always all kinds of action. Again, ladies and gents out there, Jordan Bain's going to be your winner. Roman P2, Honeycutt P3, Knapp P4, Martin in P5, Sears P6, Stagner P7, Book brings it home P8, Blanchard 9th, and the one and only Jaden Gimbel out there rocking P10 in that number 81 machine. I definitely appreciate everybody that came out, hung out, chatted up, kept me company. Go on over. Don't forget hashtag INKW to look up Green Concepts, the producer for the BeWater beverage. Amazing beverage, amazing company. Only going to do better things here with the FilterTime eSpark series and the BeFast BeWater series that's going to start up in early January. I'm Repeat. I will catch y'all sometime around the track or maybe next week from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Later, everybody.